Hello, you all, and we're back. Welcome over to season 3 of the NR2003 KFC Fantasy Series. We're gonna kick off with two testing sessions. One will be at Talladega, which we are here right now, and then we'll be going to Watkins Glen for the second testing session. So, we shall start the season with, of course, the entry list. A little brief introduction of all of the drivers that will be taking part in the series. So we'll start off with number 1. Albert Strauss will be back. Olasia will be back. Mama, what's going on with me? Thomas Giuliano was also back. LaForge Henry is back, and the rest, you know what? Most of them are returning to the series from last season. We have a few additions coming up. I think some of the drivers have been added from last season. I don't know. We'll take a look. We've seen a few drivers go as well, which I'll get to that in a minute. As you can see, these will be the entry list. Well, all of the full-time drivers that will take part in this series. There is, of course, going to be, there are going to be other drivers coming in for part-time, because of course, for those who have heard, there is a new Division 2 that will be running alongside Division 1, and some of the drivers have been taken out from D1 and been played onto D2. So anyway, let's go down the order. I just want to check and make sure that I've got all the drivers as well as the schemes as well that will be used as well. I've not got all the schemes, just to let everyone know. I've only got some of the schemes. I think some of the others some of the others are currently busy on making the schemes right now, so I'll definitely get in touch with them, make sure that we get everything ready before the first race starts. I have no plans for when the first race will start, but I'll probably make a decision of that later on. Anyway, so some drivers have gone, such as AJ Jutney will be going to D2, where he will focus more on working his way up to Division 1. And as well as Sander Howell, who's also not here, but he's also got an option of doing part-time as well, as part of his D2 plans. And I guess that's it. Oh, by the way, I'll be making my full-time debut here in the series. Ruben Gonzalez in the number 26. Yes, I'll be making my debut. This will be the first time that I'll be here in Talladega, of course, and eventually for the race as well later on in the season. So I've got everyone here. Oh, by the way, like I kept on mentioning, there is going to be gradual removing of fantasy drivers in the series, especially for the likes of Billy Joe and Miyagi Nariyoshi. Those two drivers have also been removed, but they'll be going to D2 for the time being, as we're currently struggling to get the fantasy series going along. Basically, some more thing needs to be done before we can get the series going. So, but Ryan Nami is back, as well as Lola Chansard. Those drivers will remain in the series for the time being in Division 1, and as well a few others. And there's also a few team changes. Richard Petty Jr. will move to SLR Racing from JCM Motorsports, and I think Daniel Bouchard will be moving on to a team this season, to Richard Petty Jr.'s motorsports team. That's the satellite team of SLR Motorsports, or SLR Racing, my bad. And who else have moved teams? I don't know. Well, Lola Chunside will be making his move up to the main team of HMR Racing from the satellite team, and as Avery Hamilton will be swapping seats with Lola Turnstile. So Avery Hamilton will be moving down to the number 51 or number 52. My bad. Well, he's racing a different car today, as the scheme have not been arrived yet. So, but he was driving the number 52 car, Leyland Motorsports, I think. So, yeah. So I guess that's it. Oh, and Owen Scott, number 12. Well, not the number 12, but his scheme haven't arrived yet. But he'll be moving up to the main team of JC Motorsports, replacing Richard Petty Jr., who has, of course, left for SLR. So, I guess that's all. As I've just gone through all the drivers, hopefully I've not missed anyone. If I do miss anyone, do let me know. So, anyway, can the Talladega race be considered as a clash race? I've just got a question from Canberra on the Discord chat. I'm not sure about that. What do you mean as a clash race? I mean, it's not really a clash race. Anyway, I'm not even planning a race here at Talladega today. I'm doing a session, so just a practice session for 20 minutes, and then we do the same for Watkins Glen. I mean, an exhibition race, there are no plans. Well, obviously we had Winter Sun, that is an exhibition race, a non-championship race, to start with. So, I mean, I might do more exhibition races if I feel I'm in the mood to do so. So, anyway, so I guess that's it for now. That's for me talking rubbish. So, let's move on, and we'll start the practice session. Let's see who will come out first. And yeah, it's a shame that I've not got everybody's scheme, so a lot of you will be racing, will be driving with the same schemes from last season for the time being. So, let's see who will come out first. We don't know who's coming out first, but let's see. As oh, the pit crews are getting ready. Oh, there's one coming out. There's LaForge Henry. She will be the first starter of the session. There she is coming out. Oh, I did mention Solomon Sheridan has moved to CT Motorsports. He, of course, did race in the new scheme for CT Motorsports last race at the Auto Club, as this was more of a test, more like it. But now he'll be racing with CT Motorsports full time. The first time Sheridan will be in a team. Finally, after responding that he'll be interested in joining the team, hopefully that can work out for him and for the team as well. So, LaForge Henry is set to be the first driver to set up a lap time. And another driver coming up, Rick Roll, the unfortunate Rick Roll behind her. And that is Arthur Xavier in the number 51. Oh, where's LaForge Henry? I can see her, and she's right there. Oh, and the laps will become quicker as we go along. Test cars. Well, I mean, we could add more drivers that are not into D1 to come and do a test with the other drivers. That is a possibility. I mean, we've got some spare cars in, so I guess that is possible. I mean, we have a little space left anyway. Like, we are currently a total of 38 cars. So, obviously, I cannot make it more than 42 drivers at a time, so just saying. Alright, this is Ryan and Army in the new scheme. The few drivers that have got a new scheme for this season so far. The number 18 reddish Dodge. Oh, and there's a teammate, Terry Lowell, also in a new scheme for next season, for this season. There's me, out on the track. So let's get on to the board and we'll see. Some drivers doing okay. As Cat Rose at the moment is currently fastest, but then that is the sake of the others doing the lap. Not all drivers have done a lap as of yet. Oh, an top two female lineup. Well, just very briefly, but then you can see Avery Hamilton and Roberto Crown Jr. have taken the honors off the top. We're now 50 minutes into the session. Well, 5 minutes into the session, 50 minutes to go. Oh, there is Solomon Sheridan in the new livery. And it's Dr. Pepper. I guess he likes Dr. Pepper. And another new scheme, which we'll reveal right now, and that is Roberto Crown Jr. in the My Hero Academy number 22. This time he'll be driving a Chevy, not a Ford like last season. And an interesting KFC banner in the front of his car, as you can see on the top of his window, on his front window. As he about to make his way into the pits. Oh, by the way, that pit box is actually Chase Elliott's pit box. For some unusual reason that I don't want to, mention why, but other than to say that that I'm actually using Chase Elliott's car file to remake the car for Roberto Crown Jr. So that's why we have a pit box, but who cares much about pit boxes? Let's go around and so two teammates they're like koala bears. They're always together. So that is pretty unusual. This is getting more and more usual for these two being together. We don't know how long this is going to last because, of course, we don't know whether Ray Ananami will remain in the series in the future. But that will depend on the demand of how many are coming in. So, well, whether there's more people coming in. Oh, and not to forget, this is the first time we're seeing SLR Racing in their 2015 Dodgers, having raced in the 2014 Dodgers in the last two seasons. After many months of speculation of whether they're going to change cars or either. I'm not sure, but they decided to go for the 2015 Dodge. And there you can see them. Wait, Richard Petty Jr. is not supposed to be up there. Don't worry. This car does not count. Okay, there you can see Avery Hamilton. Yeah, by the way, if for those who have just saw, there are 2 Richard Petty Jr.'s in there. One in the old car, one in the new car. But of course, yeah, that Richard Petty Jr.'s old car will not count for the session. There are actually 37 cars in the field, so just to let you know, if you see Richard Petty Jr. 43, well, I will definitely find out. I'll definitely find out which car is which. Or maybe no, because I put them in the same number, and for both Richard Petty Jr. So I think they've accidentally put 2 of Richard Petty Jr. in the same number. So I guess that's all right for now. All I need to do is remove him. So remove the car. So. Anyway, as you're watching this guy, Avery Hamilton, just now in a temporary scheme, whilst another a scheme for him is being dealt with at the moment. Avery Hamilton. That's a whooping nearly 2-second gap from the others. That is whooping. That is some surprise. LaForge Henry is currently in second place. And Richard Petty Jr. in 3rd place. Owen Scott 4th place. Quinn Melanie 5th place. Joey Maddox 6th place. Giuliano 7th. Churnside 8th. Leland Hill 9th. And Cat Rose 10th. So this is some real surprise to see Avery Hamilton really on the pace. And I think Quinn Melanie's up into 5th place. Let's go down the order. Rory Anami seems to be struggling once again, as well as her teammate Tyrell Lowell. They're about 33rd and 34th respectively. Oh, by the way, we're 37 cars, not 38 cars. Almost forgot to mention. Avery Hamilton is continuing like mad. He's now 52.2. Something has gone up, and something's gone up with Avery Hamilton, and I've made it up to 55.524, which is faster than before. And Rick Roll unusually made it up into 3rd place. Oh, by the way, John Appleseed will continue to race. Well, continue to drive the original HRE car. Originally, so I think this was supposed to be for Quinn Mullany. Unless Mullany continues to race in the 6, I think Quinn Mullany is likely going to take over John Appleseed in the number 20 car, whilst John Appleseed will move to make his new team called Appleseed Origins Racing alongside his sister, Sally Appleseed. But right now he'll be racing in his old car for now. Well, or driving in his old car for now. Oh, and we see, now that is complete bad luck for John Palmer. He had a string of bad luck last season, and already, before even the season started, he has gone up into smoke. This is just absolute madness. Poor John Palmer. Well, we'll leave him to be whilst we're seeing another new paint scheme, that is Albert Strass. That is. And he will continue to drive the number 1, but in a green Perrier car. That looks like some German beer to me. And the number seems pretty, how do you call this? Unidentical? Peculiar to the other drivers for having a number attached to a logo on the side of the car. And we see another slightly different paint scheme. That is Leland Hill. The paint scheme is slightly different, and I think that's a similar paint scheme to the Christmas scheme that he drove at the Winter Sun last season, and for a couple of races after as well. Right, so let's get back to the session. Let's go back to the time. So Avery Hamilton, a whooping 52.2 seconds. That is just over 3 seconds, a 3-second gap from Richard Petty Jr., who's up into 2nd place. Who is currently the slowest? Obviously John Palmer, who is obviously done for the day. We now have 3 minutes to go. Avery Hamilton is still up into the lead. And Leland Hill seems to be doing well. Climbing up now up into 4th place. Oh, Jerry Chen up into 4th place. Noel Hamilton as well. Oh, someone's gonna... Oh, what happened to Jump? There's some... Why is he still out there? He's still up into smoke, obviously, so I don't know what's going on with him. came into the pits, but for some reason he decided to go out and to smoke. And Richard Petty Jr. almost got hit by John Palmer, who was not supposed to be here. I think John Palmer is off his mind right now, but what is going on with John Palmer right now? And he's blocking all the others from trying to do a session. That's not supposed to be happening unless they're going to the pits. But it appears that they're now lining up. Or maybe that the day is done, because of course we've got like 2 minutes before the session is supposed to end. John Palmer moved out of the way. Fine. Oh, whoa. Avery Hamilton. That was close. Bit dangerous around here, but I have no idea what's going on with John Palmer. When I 1 minute to go before the session ends. So Avery Hamilton's first place, Richard Petty Jr. second, LaForge Henry third, Jerry Chen fourth, Nolo Hamilton fifth, Leland Hill sixth, Owen Scott seventh, Cat Rose eighth, Ruben Gonzalez ninth, and Roberto Crown Jr. 10th. That is your top 10 currently. And John Palmer finally gets back once more. After what we just call a disaster for him, sadly. And I think that'll be the order for today. Oh, there's another change. Thomas Giuliano just barely made it up into the top 10. Just the moment of that. The flags have shown up to announce that this session will now come to an end. And what on earth is John Palmer doing this time? He decides to go out even though the session is out. The session is finished. Well, that's it for the session.
Drivers, to your cars.
That's it for now. Probably in a moment we're moving to Watkins Glen for the other session. Right, there it is, and I shall show it off one more time. There you can see. Oh, sorry, I just yawned, but even more disaster. SLR Racing will end up in 35th and 35th respectively. Apart from Richard Petty Jr., who's done better than the two, up into second place. So this could be a breakthrough moment for him, finally to try and contend for the championship this season. So, without further ado, let's move on, and in a moment we'll be going to Watkins Glen in New York. Take care, and I'll see you in a minute.